Yeah, I think you ever heard of the Maslow hierarchy of needs?
Yes.
Right. So I think a lot of our lack of awareness is partially due to that. You know, as a society, the majority of us are still on the bottom rung of that Maslow hierarchy of needs. I mean, because a lot of us still, a lot of people still struggling to find shelter, to find
Yes.
food every day. You know, and if you're struggling down here, there's no way you could elevate your level of thinking to start thinking critically about these things, or as you said, to even start questioning these policies. Like, you're not going to study policies, but I think we might be reaching a tipping point. I don't know. I don't wanna call anything because I know how complacent Trinis
Sure.
could be. But I think right now, like, the divide is beginning to get bigger. You know, you have people are working harder and having less, and I think they're starting to just realize that something here not right. You know, things just not adding up. So that's why I think, you know, we might be in a position now to finally attack this two-party system we have, because you have people that used to support UNC and they used to support PNM, and now they realizing that, listen, nobody getting any benefit from this, you know, so we need somebody else to come out. But then you have the problem of, well, if you don't want to support UNC, you don't want to support PNM, who are you going to support? You know, because, okay, I mean, I'll watch you. You have some good views, some good ideas. I like where your heart is. I like your passion, you know. But the thing is, I had a lot of time to look at your stuff and read up on your stuff.
Sure.
You know, it's very hard to make a difference if you do have a following as yet, because you know, if you're not in the news every day, people are just not gonna see you. You know, it's like, how do you get people to see you when they're not looking? And people just don't have a chance to look. You know, I think that's a bit of the problem as well.
Right. So, and to just say from the onset that I am a supporter of any individual, any group, any organization that wants to step up and represent, to provide representation to citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. So all these other third parties, as they were referred to, I am in support of them stepping up and coming forward. It cannot be I'm cutting down my brother here or my sister here who is looking to start something because he or she does not see themselves fitting into what currently exists. And that was even my startup with all of this. I, in 2017, registered the symbol, the guiding flame, which is our symbol for the Progressive Party, with the Elections and Boundaries Commission. But I had been thinking over that 2-year period, is this the right decision? Am I sure about this? Am I mentally prepared and emotionally prepared for this ride that is going to take place? So I spent those 2 years thinking that through, also crafting the Constitution, working on that. And then I just came to the realization that these political parties that exist, because I have been approached on both sides, my morals and values don't align with theirs. And that was the simple fact of it. How can I associate myself with something that may be showing signs of corruption, that the views contend with what I am thinking or seeing as a better Trinidad and Tobago? So all of these things were factors in me deciding that I have to start my own thing. I was not seeing anyone else that I could have just wholeheartedly given myself over to or thrown my support behind. So that allowed for this to happen. So you have to be very strategic. That is what is going to make the difference. So as an organization, you have to be able to know what your strengths are, your weaknesses, your opportunities, your threats, and so a SWOT test on your organization. So one of the things that we obviously have going for us is that we're young, and you have a generation now that is connected, heavily connected, thanks to the Internet of Things and our mobile devices. You can get information around easier. So small bite-sized pieces of information, people will lap up that, as we see, in no time. At least if I can spend a minute just being educated on some kind of information that is necessary to my survival or my progress in Trinidad and Tobago, I will be more inclined to just listen to that. And when I have found this to be something that I'm concerned with, I will now go and follow the page or read up more and get more information. So it's about the bait and hook, so to see. but not one that is negative. You know that you want to get people over to listen at least. You put out bite-sized pieces of information, you get them to come in. So you have had a lot of persons who are intelligent, who will do well for this country, but their approach has been wrong. Going out into communities, building consensus, allowing communities to be a part and to buy into this process is necessary. I can't just sit in a room and decide I'm going to run for elections and sit down, who knows, behind a mic or a poster or some text and expect people to follow. I have to go into the communities. I have to get my message out there. I have to, and as crazy as it may sound, Watson Duke is a good example in one thread of how you can get people to pay attention and to listen.
He definitely gets people to pay attention.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to give him props to that.
Yeah. So, while I may not go extreme like that, it is to get people to listen. And once they've started listening, provide them with good content, things to continue to keep them listening and interested and being a part of building this thing out.
You see, no, that is an approach, right? That I've always been wondering why nobody else took this approach. Because the approach we have right now is, let's give you all the reasons to not vote for that person. Like that's what the UNC and PNM mostly use. Like, look at all the bad things they did, don't vote for them. You know, so it's like they really have a real idea of the direction that they want to go. It's like trying to direct somebody to a place, but you only tell them what roads to not turn down.
Yes.
You'll never reach there, you know?
Yes.
So that's why attacking your opponents and, you know, just perpetuating that negativity never helps. What you need to do is just ignore the negativity if you have to, because, I mean, everybody's going to see it, right? And just, that's why I like what you're doing. Like, you're focusing on the positives, the progressiveness, you know? So, like, you have these things that you want to achieve and you're working towards something. You know, you're not working away from anything else or against everything else. Because at the end of the day, no, I like to try to stay as neutral as possible.
Sure.
So I say I don't support any political party.
Yeah.
Right? What I support are ideas. I don't even support people. Like, so
Gotcha.
you have a lot of good ideas, so I support your ideas. But if you start have bad ideas tomorrow, well, I'm not going to support those ideas. You know, and I think our youth right now are a lot more critical minded because they've just been so bombarded with information since growing up. I mean, you have children basically born on Facebook these days. So I think they have the capacity to actually, you know, look beyond the narratives that are being presented to them and look beyond the people that people trying to get them to support, you know, and actually look at the ideas and try to analyze these ideas for themselves. So I think that, coupled with the fact that, you know, you have people just wondering why things not adding up.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know if we ripe as yet, but I think we're starting to ripen, you know, to see some real change. I have no idea how long it's going to take.
It's sad that we have had to only now get there, but chaos breeds opportunity.